Guys, if you were thinking about supporting the channel, Bianca, we weren't actually going to support the channel. Well, if you were, you can't. I took my links down and replaced them with a YouTuber who's in need of a little help. For every $2 you send her, I will send you graphic artistic depictions of Rich Johnston getting struggle snuggled by a pig. For $5, I'll make it a three-way with EVS. After all, comicsgate is all about helping each other. So let's all get gay together and help my favorite YouTuber who isn't named Cecil. Oh yeah, and this video is not made for kids, and some people are probably going to find this offensive. I mean, you pretty much have to be a pussy to find it offensive, but there you have it. Anyway, Weapon Plus, cool cover. Don't let that fool you. Swamp Thing attacks China and India for its pollution, except they do this without mentioning China or India. How dare you? I believe Kelsey said she just needed a good banging. Hey, 16 is legal in Europe. Heck, with all the Muslims... Ooh, do I want to say that? Ooh, I better not. But, all cultures are equal. Mustn't judge, and diversity is our strength. This is some sort of left-wing propaganda about pollution, which is great, but ignores China and India. Much like Greta does, which is typical of the globalists. Greta doesn't mention China, but when asked about it, she deflected and pivoted and said she only goes to places where she is invited. Then her handlers quickly shuffled her away. They are so terrified of criticizing the Chinese or Indians, they literally have to ignore the two greatest polluters on Earth. These people ignore the elephant in the room while yelling at a mouse. These are the same people who want to lower the carbon footprint while simultaneously importing the high birth rate third worlders into the West. But you know what they do when confronted with these obvious facts? They deplatform you for saying that the emperor has no clothes. If Europeans have an average birth rate of 2 children, Muslims have an average birth rate of 9 children, how will this explosion in population help the environment? How does that lower the carbon footprint? The truth is, they don't care about the environment, not at all. They only care about power, and the best way to control the people is to cause chaos with high crime rates. That's a little Freudian slip. By high crime rates. By importing third worlders, the best way is to stop the people from complaining is by enacting hate speech laws. If you can't speak, you can't complain. Oh, hey, blonde man bad, white man bad, every single time, every single. Oh, okay, whoa. Let me stop that gross exaggeration. 95% of the time, maybe the other 5% are, I don't know, red hairs. So Chinese people who are suffering from the coronavirus, you can go on Twitter and check this out. They're sneaking messages out via VPNs protesting for free speech, while Antifa in America, who controls Antifa, is begging for censorship. Of course, when asked who will get to decide what speech is allowed, they assume it will be themselves. Guys, let me tell you a little something about how revolutions work. The people who get the dictator into power are the first ones put up against the wall and given a last cigarette. Because they know that the dictator has feet of clay. There's a meme that shows Stalin getting into power, and all his founders who came with him, they slowly disappeared over the years. Keep that in mind, Antifa kids. And so you want to have basically a group of 20-year-olds who are mad at their dads. They're going to be the ones to censor our expression. What could possibly go wrong? The algorithm on Twitter and all other social media, someone was developing this. They found out that who is the most istophobic people online. How do I say this? It's POCs. POCs say the most racist things on social media. But the rules don't apply to them because of the soft bigotry of lowered expectations. For all those kids who have, the Gretas and the David Hoggs, they've got kind of short half-lives. People find out that they're little sociopaths who are basically puppets for other groups. Little kids who have been manipulated into thinking that gulags are really great. And maybe, you know, thinning out 100 million people is worth it in the name of progress. Oh, this you see that chick in the bottom? These are supposed to be Chinese people. It's supposed to be some sort of Chinese vessel that's leaking pollutants. So keep that in mind. These are supposed to be Chinese people. Chinese ship, Chinese people. Just keep that in mind. Every time Greta cries about pollution, but yes, I didn't Photoshop that in. That's really in the comic. A furry convention. Every time Greta cries about pollution but ignores China and the exploding Muslim population in Europe, then you know she is absolutely full of horse feathers. But by all means, keep telling white liberals how bad they are. They really seem to enjoy the abuse. Or maybe it's because they think that they are the exception. They think that they're the good ones because they virtue signal the loudest. The cognitive dissonance. Dear white liberals, the people you are allied with hate you. They hate you. Get it through your thick fucking heads. My point with specifically this comic and media in general is that if you have to find a way to involve, you got to find a way to involve people in the story, especially with non-human characters. That's going to be difficult unless you're very good, which these people are not. If you've ever read Brian Jacques' Red Wall series, that is an example of a master at work. A second huge problem in woke stories is when the comic ignores the elephant in the room. After a while, people wonder why all the criminals are blonde dudes, when in our daily experience, we know that is not in accord with reality. In fact, it feels like propaganda, which leads us to ask, why are they doing it and who is behind this? Which leads us down some interesting pathways. Oh, this is where he's the blonde man is telling the furry convention to murder polluters who are Chinese and Indians, but they're not shown as Chinese and Indians. Don't be afraid to go all out. They always keep their back to the camera, the viewer's view. In fact, when you read enough of these comics, you will see the shape of the elephant by the footprints they take to avoid it and who is leaving these footprints. They will do the most insane things to F the blonde man. If the story is set in Africa, it will be a blonde hunter selling ivory to Germans. When in reality, it's Africans with 7.62 Liberty devices selling rhino horns to China. They hate the whites and Christians so much it's pathological. And when they hear the words Jesus Christ, they recoil in horror. I read a lot of comics and notice that the agenda is 100% in one direction. And I know a lot of you others who do read comics, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, and you're just not saying anything about it. It's going to be, if someone has to be portrayed negatively, it is going to be someone from Europe every single time, and it's almost certainly going to be blonde or red hair. I just randomly picked up a bunch of comics. Well, let me get through this. Remember, we're fighting the good. This would almost be sarcasm, except I know that they can't. NPCs, I don't think, really do sarcasm that well because they're just about as subtle as a sledgehammer. That dude's supposed to be Chinese, okay, and the other dudes with the furry convention beats the hell out of them. Actually, no, murders them. They're supposed to be Chinese too, but you see that their faces are not shown because they can't show you killing Chinese people. These two white dudes are the bad guys because, of course, they're the bad guys. Okay, this is Spider-Man. Spider-Verse, sorry. Number 5. Cool setting. 1940s noir. Black and white. I'm into it. Who's this black kid? He does not look like Spider-Man. Okay. And... oh, my God. Oh, what is with you people? What is with you people? And I can't believe I'm going to say this on YouTube, but if these soy boy racists say that the Germans were the bad guys, then I am beginning to suspect that they were the, no, never mind. Anyway, I really don't know anymore. There's something for you to think about. When you watch commercials, do you ever notice that when someone has to look foolish or evil or criminal or just incompetent and stupid, you notice who it is? It's always the white person. There are Twitter accounts called something like "White Guys Are Always Dumb in Commercials." They keep track of this curious phenomenon. Take a look at the Super Bowl commercials. Take a look at literally every single commercial. Once you notice it, you will never unnotice it. Go on Twitter and search that hashtag. The only thing about World War II is that the Italians, the Japanese, the Russians, they were the initial opposing party. Yes, read your World War II history. Stalin was a bad guy. Stalin and the Austrian corporal, who must not be named, planned to carve up Europe together. People seem to forget that. So why do the storytellers only worry about the Germans? It's a total mystery. Okay, I get that is laying it on a little thick, but you get my point. It's all so tiresome. If you watch mainstream media, you would think that the Germans were the only thing in that war. How come you never see the hammer and sickle as the bad guys? Because, as you know, the writers, editors, and publishers are socialists, and they are untouchable. Why do you think the bad guys are blonde or red-haired 95% of the time? Is there any symbolism associated with blonde or red hair? Does anything activate the almonds? In Weapon Plus, that Marvel atrocity, they show a ship that is polluting. Now, the overwhelming odds are that the ship is going to be Chinese or Indian. But Marvel cannot show the Chinese in a negative light. So they give the Chinese round eyes, and in the other images, they keep their faces hidden. They literally will not show non-whites in a negative light. That's how much they hate you people. Every day, I thank God I am a transsexual lesbian woman of color. But hashtag, I love the people of the light. Obviously, you can tell that this hatred is making me lose my mind. Partially because why aren't more people talking about it? Oh, because they get buried by the YouTube algorithm and eventually kicked off YouTube. YouTube is about entertainment, bread and circuses, while civilization burns. Quick, look at the kitten videos. OMG, guys, it's kittens. Quick, open the borders. Aren't kittens great? Diversity is our greatest strength. You ever wonder what would happen if social media had free expression? What the repercussions of that would be? Now here, you look at this woman. It's looking as disgusting and corrupt as evil as basically Lucifer, Lord of the Flies, something like that. And you think, well, okay, it's just one image. It's just one image. Well, okay, we'll change the race to any other race, any other group. Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, African, Middle East, or whatever. Any other group. Except they don't. They don't. They never do. It's always people of European descent. You think I'm going off on it, and it's like a little bit too focused on it. I don't have to look hard for these comics. This is propaganda on the level of Farrakhan or Duke or any of those other ideologues. This is as extreme as the Germans of the 30s. This is the same propaganda. They just flipped the switch. I'm wondering why more people don't talk about it, is what I'm saying. Oh, what's this? Ant-Man. Ant-Man is a lighthearted B-lister of a comic. And I should title this video something like, EVS last night says Iron Man is a B-lister. How dare you? What's this in the comic? They do some little cutesy humor about swearing. Swearing doesn't belong in Marvel Comics at all. But they do the typical stuff about men are dumb and women are super smart. And then we jump into this. Is this on camera? A German from the 30s supervillain. Okay. If Marvel hates Germans this much, then they've got to be the good guys. And there go another 2 subs. Guys, do you want me to be honest or just a milquetoast pussy? Hey guys, it's Philip DeFranco. You beautiful bastards, have a great day. And at the top of the hour, it's going to be 78 degrees in sunny Southern California. Cool nights ahead. Oh, let's take a look at the 405. Golly. I just envision him with a revolver with one shell in it, 158 grain loaded up, ready to go, just spinning that cylinder, just doing his little internet patter under the desk. You see him just spinning this cylinder. Click. The smell of Liberty Device oil in the air. Okay, this is an ad for another comic in the Strange Academy. I don't know anything about it, or even when it's coming out, or if it's come out. What do you see? Obese, African lady, blonde, so that means they're going to be bad. Obese, unclear, but dark hair. African dude, maybe Asian, Middle Eastern. Obese, mixed African, blonde dude is going to be bad. Obese and African, this time. Who is this comic for? Mr. Scotty Young, Ramos, and Delgado. Who's this comic for? Obese kids who hate themselves? Obese kids don't want to be obese. How do I say this? I don't think I can say it on YouTube. I guess I can't say it. Yeah, I know. I really got to get a tripod. I'm just fundamentally opposed, genetically cheap, opposed to paying $3 for shipping for a single item when I know that in a week I will be getting free shipping when I have to buy other crap. Conan Battle for the whatever. Buy a bunch. Oh, what's this? Saladin Ahmed. Mahmoud, whatever. Why are these idiots writing Conan? I go another few subs. Okay, what's this? Blonde man getting attacked and a red-haired man getting attacked. Blonde man, red-haired man. All bad. That's fudging great. Blonde man getting beat up, cut with a sword. Two black folk looking competent, cool. A breastless black lesbian with a mohawk. Oh my God, you guys are so woke. Look at that. Isn't that just gonna fly off the shelves? She covers him. She talks down to him, insults him. The thief, breastless black thief with a mohawk, and then they go to Stephen King's The Dark Tower, and they beat up, or actually they kill two more white dudes, but at least they have dark hair, so that's something different. They kills another blonde guy, and a red-haired guy. The only character who's worth looking at is the hot white chick with titties, because that's what comics are supposed to be about. The tower they go to is either Don Imus's tower or Trump's tower. That's just an analog for that. And Miss Marvel. Okay. Do you guys support women being forced to cover themselves? Is that what you're saying? Oh, they do it voluntarily. I said something like this last time, and I immediately got death threats from Ahmed in the comments. YouTube hides that kind of stuff, but you have to order the comments by time, and you can see the angry Ahmeds in the comments. Are you guys for women or not? What's the point? I had some other things planned I wanted to say on this, but it might be just a little too red-pilled or woke for YouTube. You don't actually need to wear this. You left your shithole country to come to America, except you're just recreating the same shithole conditions that made your country a shithole. Why did you leave in the first place? If you're only going to do... Oh, God, I don't know if I should say all this stuff. Again, who's this comic for? What's the message you're trying to send? Women need to be in burqas? Are we in Pakistan? Well, not yet, but it's only a matter of time. Oh, hey, look, blonde man bad. Blonde boy bad. And Miss Marvel is looming over blonde man, who's, if he's 6 foot and she's probably 5'3", why is she suddenly 7 feet and he's... What happened here? Why'd she grow herself? But blonde man bad and Pakistani woman from a third world country is good. That's probably going to get me kicked off. I won't say anymore. I wish I could, though. I wish I could. Okay, last one, I think. This is Iron Man. Let's just zip through that. Guess who the bad guy is? Blonde man. Blonde man. Blonde man bad. Blonde man getting abused. Blonde man getting destroyed. Blonde man getting tortured Blonde man bad. Blonde man bad. And what the fudge is this? Why? What the F is wrong with you people? Okay. These are comic books. This is why comicsgate is just gonna kick your bitch asses. This is Marvel, guys. The stuff I showed you is Marvel. Didn't Marvel used to be the best? Guys, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, you can support me or the channel, except you can't, because I put Tristan's from Nerdette's Newsstands link below, because she's got some medical issues, and she's also been very, very cool to smaller channels. Guys, I will see you all next episode.